If you've recently got one of these, then what you really need to pull behind it is one of these, and a fourth one of these. Let's take a look. Let's start with the Accurascale 31. As normal, standard packaging of Accurascale once it comes off. There we go. As normal, the brochure, all the information, always nice to read. The model itself and all the parts, as ever a huge amount of parts. Card showing the different settings, well, the DCC functions, and then this is interesting, a bunch of stickers for head codes. So what you can do is you can assign your own head codes to the Loco, and there's a sheet here that gives you all the different, upside down, sheet here that gives you all the different codes for the Loco itself. And as always, I should read these one day, the read this first or you will die message. Now within the package itself there are a lot of separately fitted parts to this one. All sorts of bits and pieces as ever. I'm not going to open and lose them, but lots of snowplow bits and extras to add on. As for the model itself, I've heard comments that it's not as heavy as others, and it's not, but when you're comparing something that's ridiculously heavy to something that's a little bit lighter, it's not a negative, it just is a fact that it's a bit lighter. It's also smaller than the Class 92 and the other Accurascales I have, but it is nevertheless beautiful. You can pop these out and put your own head codes in. Now this one does have the fan that moves, which I thought in my last review, you'll see that I mistakenly read the specification. So this one does. In terms of the detail, you can see here, very, very fine as always. It's not going to show. I'll try and get better shots of inside, but the inside of the cabin is lovely. Lots of separately fitted parts. I really like the rails here, which are separately fitted and added metal. So that's the Class 31. The Accurascale BR Mk2 57-foot coaches, you'll be thrilled that I'm not going to open all four and record that, because that would be even more dull than opening one. But these are the four that I have got, all slightly different. Which one should we open? Let's have a look. Let's do this one. So here we are. This is the model. Era 7. Let's have a look. Oop. Standard. Actually, this is a really thick, multi-paged book on the Mk1 coach with the details in the middle. So there were lots of variations. That's why lots of variations. So lots of pages in terms of the parts. But you get the idea, and the different versions available and the different colours. Okay. These coaches have lighting, and they have lighting that works through the magic wand, so that'll be the read this and work out how to sort your lighting out, really, if you're on DC. But I might actually read that for once. Here we go inside. Just in the box you can see it looks very nice. Let's just get it out. here's the wand. Along the top makes the connection when it's powered, and it will work. Here we go. Let's just come up here. Very nice. Look at the detail at the bottom there. That's quite something. Let's put it to this camera here. Amazing level of detail. Decent weight. It's hard to get horrifically excited by a coach, to be honest. But what is nice, when we look around this side, you can see the galley, the corridor rather, for the across the first class, because this is a first class garage, so you can see in there. So that's nice to see that corridor. The level of detail is fantastic as always. But yeah, end of the day it's a coach, so it goes forwards, it goes backwards, it gets pulled by a Loco. Let's get it on the track with everything else and see how they look as a train with a rake of coaches.